Fake friends are easy to spot. At least, that's what most people believe. But here's what's terrifying. The most dangerous fake friends aren't the ones who betray you, they're the ones who stay. They laugh at your jokes, celebrate your wins, stand beside you in photos. They can be in your life for years, while slowly, systematically, making you feel smaller. Here's the experiment. Pick one friend right now. Keep them in your head. Because by the end of this video, you'll either trust them more than ever, or you'll realize something you've been afraid to admit. If fake friends were obvious, nobody would have them. They wouldn't introduce themselves as manipulative, or jealous, or selfish. In fact, most fake friendships don't begin as fake friendships. They begin exactly like real ones, or jealous, or selfish. With trust, shared memories, late-night conversations. That's what makes them so difficult to recognize. You're not looking for one bad moment. You're looking for a pattern. And once you see it, it's almost impossible to unsee. Imagine you're not in the room. Your name comes up in conversation. Everyone laughs. A week later, someone casually tells you what was said. Most people think fake friends gossip because they enjoy drama, but that's only part of the story. In psychology, people sometimes protect their own self-image through downward social comparison, making someone else look smaller so they can feel a little bigger. That's why pay attention to what happens when you're absent. A real friend protects your reputation. A fake friend uses it. Your phone hasn't rung in weeks, no messages, no "how have you been?" Then one afternoon, their name suddenly appears on your screen. You answer. They talk for a minute. Then they ask for a favor, money, a ride, a recommendation, help moving house. And as soon as they get what they need, the silence returns. Every viewer has experienced this. At first, it feels like bad timing. Maybe they've just been busy. Maybe life got in the way. Once, twice, even 3 times. That's understandable. But eventually, a pattern begins to appear. Healthy friendships are built on something psychologists often describe as reciprocity, a natural balance of giving and receiving over time. It doesn't mean every favor is repaid immediately. It means both people consistently invest in the relationship. Fake friends see that relationship differently. To them, friendship isn't something to nurture, it's something to access. They don't ask, "How can I be there for you?" They ask, "What can I get from you?" Here's a simple question. If you stopped reaching out today, would the friendship keep moving or quietly disappear? Because real friendships survive distance. Fake friendships survive convenience. Imagine you've been working towards something for years, a promotion, a new business, a dream you've almost given up on. Then one day, it finally happens. You can't wait to tell your friends. Most of them smile. They congratulate you. But one reaction feels different. They smile, but it doesn't reach their eyes. They change the subject, make a joke, downplay what you've achieved, or somehow turn the conversation back to themselves. You leave wondering, why didn't that feel as good as I expected? We usually assume that if someone smiles, they're happy for us. But happiness isn't always what a smile is hiding. Sometimes, it's comparison. One of the hardest emotions for people to admit, even to themselves, is envy. Unlike anger or sadness, envy often hides behind polite words and subtle behavior. Psychologists have found that when someone close to us succeeds, it can unintentionally threaten our own sense of progress or identity. Most people feel a moment of envy from time to time. That's part of being human. What matters is what they do with it. A genuine friend lets that feeling pass and chooses to celebrate you anyway. A fake friend lets that feeling shape how they treat you. They minimize your success, stay strangely quiet, or begin looking for ways to bring you back down. Here's something worth remembering. Your failures cost a fake friend nothing. Your success does, because success changes the balance of the relationship. Real friends are inspired by your growth. Fake friends are threatened by it. Think about the last time you had an idea that genuinely excited you. Maybe you wanted to start a business, learn a new skill, apply for a better job, move to a new city, finally take a risk you've been putting off for years. You tell a friend, expecting encouragement. Instead, they laugh. Be realistic. That's probably not going to work. People like us don't do things like that. Maybe they're joking, maybe they're just being honest. But somehow, every conversation leaves you feeling a little less certain than before. We often mistake discouragement for concern. Sometimes people really are trying to protect us from making a mistake, but sometimes they're trying to protect themselves from watching us outgrow them. Those two things can sound almost identical, but they come from completely different places. Psychologists have long observed that relationships tend to settle into familiar roles: the responsible one, the funny one, the successful one, the one who always needs help. When one person begins to change, it can quietly unsettle the relationship. A secure friend adapts. They cheer your growth, even if it changes the dynamic. An insecure friend may resist it. Not always through open criticism, but through small, repeated moments of doubt. Little comments, low expectations, constant reminders of who you used to be, until you begin questioning yourself instead of your goal. Here's a question worth asking. After spending time with this person, do you feel more capable or more cautious? Because real friends don't always tell you what you want to hear, but they never make you afraid of becoming more than you are. Real friends challenge your limits. Fake friends protect them. Imagine you're about to make a terrible decision, one that everyone else can see, except you. Maybe you're rushing into a relationship, trusting the wrong business partner, treating someone you love unfairly, spending money you don't have. You're convinced you're right, so you ask your friends, most of them nod. If you're happy, that's all that matters. Go for it. You'll figure it out. Then one friend says, "Can I be honest with you? It's not what you wanted to hear, but it's exactly what you needed." We often assume supportive friends are the ones who always agree with us, but agreement and loyalty are not the same thing. Sometimes the person risking the friendship is the one trying hardest to protect it. Psychologists describe healthy relationships as places where people feel safe enough to be honest, not cruel, not controlling, honest. Fake friends often avoid difficult conversations, not because they care about your feelings, but because honesty costs them something. It creates discomfort. It risks conflict. So instead, they tell you what keeps the relationship easy, even if it leads you toward a mistake. Real friends understand something different. Temporary disappointment is sometimes the price of long-term trust. Ask yourself this: who in your life loves you enough to disappoint you? Because real friends protect your future, even if it costs them your approval today. Fake friends protect your comfort. Real friends protect your character. Imagine someone asked you a simple question. Why are you still friends with them? You start thinking. You've known each other since school. You've been through birthdays, holidays, family gatherings, inside jokes that nobody else would understand. Then you notice something strange. Almost every reason you can think of is about the past, not the present. And that's when a difficult question appears. If you met this person for the first time today, would you still become friends? That's one of the hardest questions you'll ever ask yourself, because sometimes We don't stay in relationships because they're healthy. We stay because they've been there for a long time. Psychologists have found that people naturally place extra value on things they've already invested in: time, effort, shared memories. The longer we've held on to something, the harder it becomes to let it go. That isn't weakness, it's part of being human. But fake friendships quietly take advantage of that. They don't survive because they're still helping you grow. They survive because history begins to feel like proof. We confuse familiarity with compatibility. We confuse shared memories with shared values. And before we realize it, we're protecting the friendship simply because we've already invested so much in it. Here's a thought that can change the way you see every relationship. Time doesn't make a friendship healthy, it only makes it older. Real friendships earn their place in your present. They don't survive on memories alone. A shared past is beautiful, but it isn't a reason to sacrifice your future. Imagine meeting that friend tomorrow. Nothing has changed. They smile. They ask how you've been. The conversation feels exactly the way it always has, but this time, something inside you is different. You're no longer trying to convince yourself, you're simply observing. For the first time, you're paying attention to the patterns you've ignored for years. And strangely, you don't feel angry. You feel peaceful. That's the thing about clarity. It doesn't always end relationships. Sometimes, it simply ends confusion. And those are two very different things. One of the greatest sources of emotional exhaustion isn't conflict, it's uncertainty, constantly wondering, did they mean that? Am I overreacting? Maybe I'm imagining it. Our minds naturally look for explanations that preserve important relationships. That's why we ignore contradictions, excuse repeated behavior, keep giving one more chance, not because we're foolish, but because connection matters to us. Awareness doesn't force you to end a friendship. It simply gives you the freedom to choose it consciously. You don't need to hate someone to stop giving them access to every part of your life. Some people belong in your story, but not in your inner circle. Real friendship isn't measured by how long someone has known you. It's measured by how safe you feel becoming yourself around them. The goal was never to find fake friends. The goal was to recognize real ones. If you've been thinking about the same person throughout this video, don't make a decision today. Watch the patterns. Not for a day, not for a week, but over time. Because one awkward conversation doesn't make someone fake. One missed phone call doesn't make someone selfish. One moment of jealousy doesn't erase years of genuine care. Patterns do. And if those patterns consistently leave you feeling smaller, less valued, less yourself, then maybe the hardest truth isn't that you found a fake friend. Maybe it's that you finally stopped pretending they were a real one. And sometimes, that's the beginning of finding the people who truly deserve a place in your life.